welcome to episode 3 of our favourite Pokemon from each type series. And today we are delving into the depths of the water types. This episode was supposed to be uploaded on the Sunday, but for some reason it got leaked.
So, my choice for the water types is Gyarados. The OG snake serpent, the not dragon. I'm sure if you've seen any of the other PokeTubers, you'll know the whole story behind it. The idea that if a carp can jump over a gate at the top of a waterfall, it becomes like a dragon. It jumps over this dragon gate. It's like a part of a Japanese mythology kind of thing.
It goes from red to blue as well.
Yeah, well,
Papyrus would enjoy it.
yes.
You're blue now!
You're blue now!
So I don't understand its flying type though.
I think it's the whole act of it jumping over the gate. That's my best guess anyway, I have no idea really.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be like a style in this, those sort of Chinese dragon kind of things.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, it being like a flying dragon serpent kind of thing. If anything, it flies in the air.
Yeah.
It can kind of swim through air kind of thing. In terms of why I actually like it, it's like the perfect underdog, because when you first get it, you're like, oh, this
It's not an underdog.
Magikarp
It's
is. Magikarp is. When you first get that first Magikarp.
We are talking about Gyarados.
No, it evolves into it. It's very rare I will always catch a Magikarp first. I never like using a caught Gyarados. I generally like to catch stuff from the beginning of their lines anyway, but...
Well, you want it to have Splash.
Yeah! See Splash, mate?
Zed.
Come on! Even they say... Look, it's from Hawaii, the game is set in Hawaii, and they call it Z.
Zed.
Yeah, it's like a perfect underdog story from like weak sort of ineffectual party member to this suddenly amazingly useful Pokemon. No matter how you use it, whether you're new or old to the series, if you put in the time and effort, you get this really cool Pokemon out of it. And to the point where it's quite good competitively as well. Even nowadays, it's very good. So I tend to use it in quite a lot of my teams. I think I've used it in generations 1, 3, 4, 5. Didn't use it in 6 or 7. I have used it in other games when I've played through them before in the past, but most recent run-throughs I've used it quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
So new and old run-throughs of previous games, I've always really done Gyarados.
Yeah.
I really like him. In terms of his flying moves, though,
Pretty much irrelevant, really.
well, he gets bounce. There's a couple of
2-turn moves.
Yeah, 2-turn moves really are a bad idea generally. You can kind of let Gyarados off in a couple of cases, but it's only really useful in sort of late game when you know you've got any kind of counters to that thing out of the way. But yeah, I'll be honest, its main niche is being able to Dragon Dance. It's really tanky and it can just set up lots and lots of boosts to be able to then just sweep stuff out of the window. You can use it early game if you want to get rid of quite a lot of threats, catch the opponent off guard. If you've got momentum in the play, then you can essentially just sweep them whilst your opponent's frantically trying to get in a counter to what you've got. Or if you've got it if you've got it kind of saved in the back, you can then use it late game to be able to sort of sweep any kind of opponents whilst they're all weakened on the team's not got any counters to you anymore kind of thing. It's a really good Pokemon. I really dig Gyarados. It's super awesome.
The only time I've ever used a Gyarados was in our Nuzlocke.
Really? Is that the only time you used it? Well, back in Generation 1 all the stats worked weirdly. It didn't really make much sense back in the day.
I don't know, there's just other water types that I prefer.
Well,
including my favourite water type.
yeah.
Well, like yours, mine comes from the Kanto region.
Another Kanto Pokemon.
Yeah,
3 in a row.
3 out of 3.
3 for 3.
Yeah. I grew up on Pokemon Yellow, so don't be surprised if a load of Gen 1 Pokemon appear on my list.
Yeah, fair enough. For me, a lot of Gen 2 Pokemon will turn up on this, I think.
Fair enough. You Gen 2er. My favourite water type, like yours, comes from Kanto.
Yep.
A lot to choose from in that particular generation. You've got Blastoise, Slowbro, Cloyster. Mine comes from the Evolution line, and no surprise as to what that is, it's Vaporeon. Curiously, it's not my favourite Evolution.
No! Is
No.
that coming later?
I don't have any favourite Evolutions on this list other than Vaporeon. My favourite's actually Jolteon. But,
Okay.
I like an electric type a bit better than Jolteon.
It gets superseded. Ooh.
Yes. But Vaporeon's extremely tanky.
Yeah. There's something always been a little bit off-putting about the design to me.
I like its design. It's cute.
It's quirky, but when I was a kid, I was very much just like, I liked a lot more sleekness. And Eevee's got this really sleek design to it that kind of I felt was a little bit lost in Vaporeon, but I will give you, Vaporeon's very, very good. Super tanky, it's got a lot of...
Access to acid armour, so you can bulk its defences up.
Yeah, which is unusual to buff your defence, but it's a good defensive move. It's got, I'll be honest, I've lost against someone using Wish Protect, which, spoilers, that comes up later. Yeah, it's super tanky, it gets access to Toxic, it gets access to...
Ice Beam.
Yeah, even Generation 1, it was one of the better ones, and it's kind of stayed where it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's competition for it now, but even now its stats hold up.
Yeah.
So, all around, very, very cool Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, I've used it a few times. I used it in Gen 5, Gen 1, of course.
Yeah.
And I just like it. I like it. Honourable mentions for the water types. Every water ground type ever.
Same.
If I had to choose one in particular, it would have to be Gastrodon. Because it gets Recover and Toxic in one go.
Yeah,
So,
the ultimate storm machine.
yeah.
My personal pick is Quagsire.
Quagsire is such a derp.
He gets Unaware, which is the thing where the opponent's stat boosts just don't matter at all. So you could tank up with Gyarados, with Dragon Dance over and over again, and then Quagsire just switches and like, didn't happen, sorry. Didn't say it, didn't happen. He's so good. That typing, the ground and water typing just lends itself so perfectly.
A couple of fun facts. I used a Quagsire in my first Nuzlocke, and that was the first Pokemon to die. And that was an energy ball from Sabrina's Alakazam. So yeah, that was the first death I ever had. And also, my first ever shiny was a water. It was Golduck.
Yes.
I remember my
crispy.
Yeah, crispy duck. I remember that moment actually because I was playing on Fire Red at Cerulean Cave.
Yeah.
And Golduck turns up and I was like, that's weird. Callum, look at this. There's like a different colour to you. He's like, are you sure?
And like, what? You were like, did that just sparkle? I think is what you said. And I was like, catch it!
Use the Master Ball, I don't care!
And you were like, yeah, but you don't understand, man. It's rarer than that.
I was like, okay. I have got it back.
Yeah, I get it back to you eventually. I moved it through generations, so I've had a couple of other people's shinies move with my games, and I've managed to give it back to you as well.
Yeah.
So you've got it now. It's
Sweet.
yours.
Thank you, buddy. And let's put these two head to head.
Fight!
So having two water types against each other means that the battle's going to take forever.
Yeah, water types have got a tendency to be a bit bulky. Certainly our two picks are quite bulky.
Firstly, I think Vaporeon's ability comes into a bit of its own. Like,
it gets
water
absorb, which kind of neutralises quite a lot of what Gyarados can do.
And Gyarados gets Intimidate, which on a Vaporeon is pretty useless.
Pointless. Now, but, Gyarados' special defense is boss.
It's pretty good at special defense. Vaporeon's not too bad actually, but it's Vaporeon's defense.
Its health is the best, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it gets decent defense as well, but it also has access to Acid Armor. I personally wouldn't use Acid Armor on a Vaporeon, but you tend to quite like it. And if you're running Acid Armor on a Vaporeon, then I'd say you've got me beat with tanks, honestly. If you've got healing, which you can get healing on it easily, if you've got access to Toxic, you can stall me out. Like, there's no way I can do damage to you, because the only other options I've got is to fight Earthquake, which is not that great against it. It gets Bounce, which I have used on a Gyarados a couple of times. I could try and buff up and do damage to you, but you can buff up your defense too. It would be whether I could smash through multiple things. I'd say you can Toxic Storm me way better than I can try and smash through it.
But Gyarados has a much wider move pool than Vaporeon, and crucially, Gyarados has higher speed.
Yes, but
if Vaporeon gets in there with an Ice Beam, and if it has that 10% chance to freeze Gyarados, then Vaporeon. But generally, I probably would say Gyarados based on its monstrous attack stat.
I disagree, honestly.
Disagree?
I think Vaporeon's got this one. The Toxic Stalling. You could put Wish, Protect, Toxic and Surf on that thing. And you could Toxic, you could Surf, well Surf probably wouldn't do very much against...
No, I'd be using Ice Beam.
Ice Beam if anything else. Would you have Surf... for this, are we using moves to everything, or are we trying to tailor a moveset towards...
We're just using what we'd use normally in a team.
Yeah, but would you ever have a Vaporeon without Surf?
No.
I'd say...
I'd never have a Vaporeon without Ice Beam either.
Really? I'd say Protect covers you for quite a lot.
Yeah.
If you had Protect, my standard Gyarados in Generation 5, for example, had Waterfall and Bounce, in which case you completely wall me. Because if you've got Protect, you can just tank whenever you use Bounce.
Yes.
And Waterfall does nothing to you because you've got Water Absorb.
Yeah.
I think you're tanky enough.
Tanky enough to withstand hits from Gyarados and stall it out.
This one's a strange one.
So we just had a look at the damage calculator, and I'm surprised at how little damage Earthquake would do against Vaporeon.
Yeah, I mean it's not too terrible. Like, what was it, 44.3% damage.
Which means a 3-hit KO.
3 hit kills.
And I could use Acid Armor to buff it
Well,
up.
I would say no. With Acid Armor doubles defense, doesn't it, on the first? So it's 2 stages in one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you would take quite a lot of damage on the first one.
But then take...
Less, it'd still be like a 3 or 4 KO, I'd say.
That
After
one Acid Armor.
Acid Armor. But remember, it's taking...
Possible 3-hit KO, so let's say a third damage.
Yeah, it's already at
66%.
66%.
And then possible 5-hit KO, 20% off each time.
So
That's still a 5-hit KO, that.
Still a 5, at best a 4.
Vaporeon actually stands a chance then.
I tell you, man, I think Vaporeon's got it.
Well, I'm surprised, but we're going to say Vaporeon. So that sums up the deluge that is the water episode. So the next episode we will be lighting the fire.
It's going to heat up.
It is indeed. Stay tuned, see you soon.
Don't think I didn't notice that depths joke earlier. Sorry. Do you prefer listening to JZ?
I don't listen to rap.
Anyway,
So,
segues.
mine comes from... Mine comes from the Evolution line, and no surprise as to what that is, it's Vaporeon.
Yeah. Slow.
Having 2 water types against... Let's put it on mute.
Nice.
Put that on mute.
Well, that was a washout.